course, of course.
I wanted to ask you, has there been any changes in the recording process since the last album?
Um, I think the recording process, yeah, we recorded the drums at a very good studio in Sweden with an incredible engineer, Jakob Harman. So I think that's kind of where the biggest uh, difference was. Otherwise, we record everything ourselves at home, in our home studios, guitars, bass, vocals, keyboards, recorded the piano in a church, that kind of thing, you know. But
Hmm.
otherwise, the same. The drums is the big difference. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you as well, this album has a different feel, which is great. I see a great
Hmm.
progression in the band. I think a lot, like I went through quite a few reviews, and the things you were getting criticized for were the things I loved the most. The things that
So yeah.
became their more uses since is more melodic, and I think it just shows growth of the band. And I thought you were getting such
Hmm.
a bad rap for that.
I think you're right that, I mean, what one person will like, another person will dislike. You know,
Hmm.
I think overall the reception for this album has been incredible.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
maybe even better than Whoa. I'm not sure actually. I haven't really gone back to look at reviews for a while for Whoa, but I mean it's been, uh, I've seen like 50 reviews and maybe two or three have been like eh.
Yeah.
So we're really happy about the response, and like you say, I mean some people say the some people have like maybe, oh, the mixing is not that good, but then others people will chime in and say that, oh, the mixing is great. So it's like, I mean, it's
It's all
a personal
subjective.
opinion.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all subjective in the end. So I think the things we're getting criticized for is like, oh, maybe we don't really agree with that, and that's fine, you know.
Sure. And I wanted to talk about the opening track, Black Murmur, because that run really brought me into the album. I wanted to ask you, how'd that song come to you?
Um, I'm sorry, my girlfriend is trying to sleep, so I had to. I'm trying to. Can I just move into another room
Sure,
before we
absolutely.
continue? Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
All right. Sorry about that.
No problem at
It's
all.
it's it's pretty late here in Sweden, so uh, she's she goes to bed very early. So let's see. Can we make this one work then? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Absolutely.
Great. The Black Murmur, how it
Yes.
came to be. Um, so I think it's one thing that I had in mind. You know, the opening arpeggio of this track. That was a very early part of the song, and it was very early in the album process. I wrote that a bunch of years ago, so I think we felt like that was a good encapsulation of what we wanted the album to be. You know,
Mhm.
synth heavy, very vibe, I guess, and so the beginning part came to be, and then you just write into the next part. You know, the
Sure.
opening heavy riff. Uh, and then I just built upon that aspect, you know, the verses and the interludes and the ambient breakdown, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's one of the first songs of the album that we wrote. I felt like, oh, this is a great representation of the whole album.
Sure it
So we
is.
put so we put it first, so people like they know what to expect.
And I wanted to ask you as well, when you guys are writing, is there a conceptual feeling throughout, or what I guess is the basis of a lot of your lyrics?
Uh, I think conceptually, lyric wise, we wanted this, the you know the city that you see in the artwork.
Mhm.
We wanted it to be like kind of like a representation of maybe like a rotten city or like a deceased society. So we have different stories in the lyrics that are taking
Mhm.
place inside the city. So we have songs about murders, about depression, drug abuse, that sort of thing. So it's not like a concept album per se, but we wanted it to be like part of the same story, the same fabric, And I think if you look at the concept of the music, we felt like we wanted, the same vibe throughout. The synth heavy, very dreamy, very atmospheric.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if you compare it to Whoa, which is more, I don't know. I don't know if it's more straightforward, but it's less. You have these atmospheric bits that are scattered throughout the album, but
Mhm.
on the Sleeping City, they're like omnipresent. So that's kind of like the concept we went for musically.
And speaking on that point, I wanted to ask if you could speak on the song Frost Flower.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that was a very. It was a song we really wanted to do when it started to take shape. It feels like a departure for us, or not a departure, but something different. It's kind of the first half is kind of like a ballad.
Hmm.
Very
Yes.
very beautiful guest vocals by Lucas, who's our live bassist as well. Um, and then it ventures into something more. I guess you have the heavy breakdown there, and then the atmospherics and the soul, and then the ending part, which is one of my. I think that's one of the more emotionally charged parts of the album for me. It's like very. You have Chris's scream vocals, and then you have like the guitar lead at the end. It comes together very like it's very intense
Sure.
for me. So yeah, it's a different song, but it came out very well or very good, a lot of people have had like it's their favorite song on the
Yeah.
album, which is fantastic to hear and see.
And how did the video go for No Dreams Beyond Empty? I wanted to ask you what location was used and basically how it all went for you.
Yeah, it was a first music video. It was a very fun shoot. We shot with a duo called Marshmallows. They are stationed in Copenhagen, Denmark. So we did 3 gigs with the Danish Faroese band called Jotun. Uh, so we did like I guess it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we went back to Copenhagen on Sunday and just filmed the whole video there. It was in January, very cold. And it was in like an old like train repair station,
Mhm.
where you repair the locomotives and stuff. So it was a very open space. It was super cold, and we were standing there in our t-shirts and like, oh.
Oh, jeez.
So, but I mean, it came out really good. I feel it felt like it was. They kind of nailed the haze, the dreamy vibe that we had with music as well. So we're super happy about the music video.
And another thing I wanted to discuss is that I love the album artwork. I wanted to ask if you could speak on the artwork itself and the artist that was involved.
Yeah, so it's an American artist called Alex Ekman Lawn. He does a lot of work with Willowtip, uh, doing layout and stuff, but he also does like his own style. It's kind of like a mishmash of like collage art. You have several different elements that you put together.
Sure.
I think both physically and digitally he works. So sometimes I see where he has like these layers of just different pictures printed on each other, like physically. So
Wow.
I'm not sure if you did that for the artwork itself. You have this rift inside the city of the artwork, this purple shining
Hmm.
rift. I'm not sure if that's like 3D or if it's digital for all over, but yeah. So we recruited him. We wanted to work with him for a while, and we wanted to have like want to have the distant landscapes and the city in the background very imposing, like a
Mm.
monolith. It's based on a French town called Mont Saint Michel, which is like you can reach it when the tide is low, but when the tide is up, you have like a small road you can get to it. But it's
Wow.
like it's in the if you Google it later, you will see like it's the same outline. It's really cool. I wanted to have that in the artwork. So we felt like the album is very dreamy, very hazy. We wanted to have like mist, we
Hmm.
wanted to have purple strokes. We wanted to have hooded the figures that's like standing in the foreground. So we're super happy about the artwork, and it's very nice to see everyone like being very appreciative of the artwork.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And I think it's very immersive with the album as we discussed. It really keeps
Mm.
you locked in. I love the old days. I'm a quite a bit older than you are, and I miss the days of having that album in my hand and just looking at that album cover artwork as I was listening. And
Yeah. I think if you have it like if you have a big picture of it like or
Mhm.
a vinyl or something, and you're just looking at it, it's very immersive. So
Sure.
as you say, so yeah, it's great.
So now the album's out.
Mhm.
What's the next step for the band?
I think the next step for us is we're working on getting together some live gigs. We have some coming up. We haven't announced yet, and we have some that we're working on. We're hoping we can do. But next year will hopefully be a busy year for us. We'll see, but that's kind of where we're at next. It's too soon to speak about new music, but we write music all the time, so
Sure.
so I don't think it will take like 6 or 5 years or whatever. It will come up fairly soon, I guess.
I wanted to ask you, I believe it was in 2007 you began. I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
how did the band become a reality?
So it was me and three friends who got together. We were like 13 and 15 years old, so we were really young. That was just when we started high school. So we got together just in a rehearsal room, playing some like Metallica covers that you do. Then we branched out, did like some Death and some Cannibal Corpse, and then we started writing our own music. Did some demos, um, and then so it's been me, and then you have Chris who does the vocals. He joined on drums. He started in like 2010, and Robert started in 2009 on keyboards. And we've been together for since then. So we released the debut EP 2014, debut album in 2016, and then we had like the long stretch from the debut album to Woe,
Mhm.
6 years. Um, yeah, and then Isaac he joined live drums first in 2020, and then last year he joined like full time during the recording of the album.
And going back to those periods, I wanted to ask you if you could speak on your musical development. At what age did you begin?
I got my first guitar when I was 13. My mom bought me like a nylon acoustic guitar, so I started doing that, like learning the some Swedish folk music, and learning some. You always start with Smoke on the Water,
Hmm.
and then uh, I don't know, my musical development. I started listening a lot to like Pink Floyd, um, Simon and Garfunkel. My sister went through my dad's record collection. He has quite a good record collection, like classical music, rock music, blues. Um, so it was kind of like on that. It went from there, and then I just started playing electric guitar, started listening to Metallica, Iron Maiden, all that good stuff. Trying to learn those songs. Branched out from there, and yeah, got into like more death metal and black metal, um, doom metal, and I think that's a lot where our like melodic stuff comes from, like Finnish
Mhm.
Melodeath or stuff. So yeah, um, it's been a fun ride. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you as a guitar player, Ace Frehley, of course, is getting buried today. I wanted to ask
Hmm.
you, do you have any influence on your sound?
Um, Kiss, I would say not. It's not a band that I've listened to a lot. But I mean, I really appreciate like the you know Detroit Rock City. It has this like
Mhm.
really great guitar, like dual guitar stuff. And that's kind of what I'm drawn to, like in the early rock movements. And I mean,
Mhm.
of course, I mean, everyone has heard Kiss, and they have some really great songs. So I'm not saying that he has no influence. It's not like someone I listen to a lot, but
Sure.
yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, along this musical journey, what do you feel has been the best advice that has been given to you along the way?
It's been, I think, one of our strengths is that we try to not repeat ourselves, and we try to like not take too much like outside influence. So I think that's great advice that I've gotten along the way, to be like, if you're true to yourself,
Hmm.
people will find your music and they will like it. And in that way, if you're always kind of like doing what you want to do, then you don't have this. Of course, you will develop in your writing style or your composing style or musical style, but you will still always have kind of like your core sound, your
Hmm.
musical
Sure.
DNA. So I think that's what I would have taken with me along the way, to like, if you trust yourself and you just work hard on it, then you will write good music and people will like it. And I think that's true.
And the Sleeping City is amazing from top to bottom. I wanted to ask you, what is the best way to get a physical copy of the album and any merchandise that you have?
Right now we have little, very little merchandise. We're gonna print up some new like hoodies and t-shirts, but the album itself, you can get it from either our Bandcamp, or you can get it from Willowtip's own website. So yeah, and especially if you're like in the US or Canada, then it's pretty easy to get the shipments. Yeah.
And lastly, my friend, I wanted to give the floor to you. And if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
I don't know. It's been very overwhelming, like seeing the response of the albums. Like it's reaching new people, and people are like, they say that, oh, this is like my album of the year. As a lot,
Yeah,
we have heard it a lot. So it's like, I don't know. It's our message is, we're super thankful for everyone who's listening, who's like everyone is doing interviews with us, everyone is doing reviews of us. Everyone's like spreading their music to their friends. That's kind of like the word of mouth for us
sure.
is the most crucial part for us. We don't really have a big like PR machine. We don't do ads anywhere. So if people find our music, they like it, and spread it to a friend, that's like plus one, plus two, plus three. That's how we grow as a band.
Sure.
So we're just super thankful for our fans who are so dedicated to us.
Well, I wanted to take a moment personally to thank you for creating an album that I thoroughly enjoyed and made me go back and listen to your past material. And I look forward to what lies ahead for you, my friend.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on, and for listening to the music. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, my friend. And you have a great rest of your evening. Rest well, my friend.
Yes, you too, Bob.
Cheers.
Cheers.